We're joined here in our studio by Oregon Senator Ron Wyden, and as always, Senator, thanks again for stopping by.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a lot of questions, so let's get through it. First, let's talk about what's on everyone's minds right now. What happened in the Southeast? Hurricane Helene still causing devastation. Can you talk to us about the federal level, the relief efforts there?
Well, first of all, people need to understand this is a role for the federal government. You know, we have lots of debates about what should be federal, what shouldn't be. You know, when American is having their home flattened the way we've seen on TV, we've got to be there to help them. Now, we're probably going to have a supplemental package. The president has already discussed it. But I think we also want to remember the far right of the Republican Party is trying to privatize the Federal Emergency Management Agency. That would be a horror given what we're dealing with right now.
Let's talk about the Middle East. You know, it was just a week and a half ago. We were right here talking. This is how volatile the Middle East is. We weren't talking about Lebanon back that, you know, a few days ago when you were here. This has just happened. Now, breaking news just this afternoon, Israeli troops on the ground inside Lebanon with raids. Where do we draw that line between Israel defending itself and the threat of an all-out war? And I guess Senator Jeff Merkley now calling for the elimination of offensive weapons sales to Israel. Where do you stand on that?
Well, first of all, it seems to me we've got to be there in order to help the region. And Iran is certainly looking at being aggressive given what's happened. President Biden, on the other hand, is going to try before he leaves office to put together a ceasefire, help for the hostages, humanitarian assistance. And as far as this question of the military package, I just don't think it makes sense to try to dictate strategy from the floor of the United States Senate at this point.
So you would disagree with your colleague Jeff Merkley on this?
I think these are very tough calls. I'm a member of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. We'll get a briefing on it, but right now I'm not in favor of the Senate dictating on the floor of the Congress strategy.
All right. Thank you for that perspective. We want to turn back to things happening in the States. A story that you made headlines with just days ago about the Supreme Court and your call to expand this to 15 seats. Talk about your thoughts behind this call.
What I'm proposing is over 3 presidential terms. That is 12 years. There'd be 6 additional justices. And what that means is you're not going to have one president nominate everyone. And we're not going to do it over 12 seconds. We're going to do it over, in effect, 12 years. And there are plenty of other reforms that I feel strongly about. We need more accountability. We need more transparency. There has been something called the shadow docket, for example, where decisions get made and people really don't know which justices are making the decision. It's time for some accountability. And I will tell you at my town hall meetings, and next week, we're going to have number 1,100. Nobody has done that in the history of Oregon government. People are saying they're questioning the legitimacy of the court, and they want these kind of reforms.
Okay, let's talk about the big night tomorrow night. This is the vice president.
Is there an election still coming up?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
The vice presidential debate. So we have Vance and Walz squaring off. What's your thoughts on that debate tomorrow night? It's going to be different from the debates we've watched recently. The mics are going to remain open, and they're not going to fact check. People at home will have the chance to fact check. There'll be a QR code on the screen they get it, but the anchors aren't going to fact check the candidates. The mics are going to be open. What are your thoughts?
It isn't going to be dull. And what I will tell you is I think Tim Walz is really going to focus on the issue of holding down costs for working families. We have one of the big debates playing out right here in our state, and that's the question of food costs. And Kroger and Albertsons, and the question of whether or not we're going to have the biggest food merger in the history of the United States, right in our state. So it's the pocketbook issues, holding down the costs of medicine. I'm going after the middlemen. Those are the issues Walz will emphasize.
And I know you'll be watching along with millions of Americans. Senator, as always, it's
Thanks
always
for
great to have you here in the studio.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.
All right, let's talk.